Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Scott Bessent just destroys Morning Joe with the basic facts and logic when it comes to what's actually happening with the economy, and they still couldn't figure it out. Let's dive in.
Mr. Secretary, it's not news anchors at NBC saying it, it's the voters a week ago saying life is too expensive in this country. So do you believe the idea that voters are saying affordability is a problem for me is a con job?
I believe even this morning you had two people come on and say, well, I look at the price at the pump and I know costs are up. Well, gasoline's down. So that is a con job. And I think that's what's frustrating.
So you don't believe that all the people who went to vote last Tuesday on the issue of affordability, my rent's too high, I can't afford to buy a house, groceries are too expensive, you think they're just misperceiving what's happening in their lives?
I think that that we inherited an affordability crisis. We have slowed the price increases down, and they are going to continue to slow down, and that real working class wages will go up, and that will address the affordability issue. And I think this is what Democrats are afraid to do. They've gone to the courts to try to stop President Trump and this great economy. That hasn't worked. They get overruled at SCOTUS. We go to the media, who carries their water. That hasn't worked, so they shut down the government and hurt the economy. Let's keep the economy open, let our policies kick in, and let's see if what I just talked about, let's see if those two lines cross. There are many aspects of affordability that have gotten better under President Trump. They're going to continue to get better. I mean, unbelievably, Bloomberg had an article yesterday that said, oh, mortgage rates aren't down that much. Well, on Inauguration Day, a 30-year mortgage was 7.8%. Yesterday it was 6.22%. That is the single biggest component of buying a new home. And that is a gigantic drop. But it said, oh, they're just down slightly.
How does a $20 billion bailout of Argentina help Americans? You're the president's point person on that. Can you explain to those here who are feeling the pinch, including America's farmers, why the United States is helping out Argentina?
Well, do you know what a swap line is?
It's currency swap, yes.
Yes, but what is that?
You're the Treasury Secretary.
Yes, but why would you call it a bailout?
That is how.
In most bailouts, you don't make money. The U.S. government made money. We used our financial balance sheet to stabilize the government. One of our great allies in Latin America, during an election, the president there won in a landslide. The government's going to make money, and I would rather use peace through economic strength than have to be shooting at narco boats coming offshore if the government collapsed. We have a generational opportunity in Latin America to create allies. We just saw an election in Bolivia. We're probably going to see an election in Colombia. We've seen them in Ecuador. We're going to see them in Chile. So by stabilizing the economy there and making a profit, then that's a very good deal for the American people. And there's a lot we could have been doing for American farmers, but Democrats closed the government.
So how has the United States made money off of this? And you talk about trying to make more regional relationships. The United States is shooting alleged narco boats in international waters off the coast of Venezuela. The United States has not provided evidence yet that those are indeed drug traffickers. So how are these two things working in tandem?
We are preempting the collapse of a government and going back to a Peronist agenda and a left-wing government. What if somebody had raised their hand and said, look at what's happening with Hugo Chavez, look at what's happening with Maduro, and they help the opposition there?
Yeah, hey, Mr. Secretary, I'm just curious, just to clarify, have we made our money back already from the Argentina bailout or the swap line or whatever you call it? Have we made that money back now? Are you saying we're going to make that money back from them over time? Like, what's the payout for that?
Joe, we already have a profit on that swap line.
So have we given them? Did we transfer $20 billion?
No,
and we've already gotten back.
Absolutely not. We made a line of credit available, and
okay.
they A small amount of it was drawn on, and we have made a profit on that.
On that so far. Okay, very good. Hey, Mike Barnacle, next question.
Yeah, and Mr. Secretary, I hope this question doesn't piss you off.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's 4-on-1, but seems about right.
Well, okay. Yesterday, the stock market took a pretty good jump on news that the shutdown might come to an end. A lot of people did very well in the stock market, I assume, and I assume that you probably were one of them, and good for you.
That would be an incorrect assumption because I had to sell all my stocks to become Treasury Secretary.
You sold them all?
Had
Really?
to, yes.
But you have a blind trust, I would imagine. of your
There's
own.
no such thing as a blind trust.
That last little quip is unusually important because the idea of a blind trust. See, what politicians do when they get to Washington, they're supposed to technically sell off their stocks. And they give it to a blind trust. But then what they also will tell that blind trust, and they'll give them not what is not considered inside information, and it technically isn't. But they tell them that, hey, pay attention to what committee meetings happen, pay attention to what happens in appropriations, just pay attention. And essentially, it's a playbook for the stock exchange. So if you ever want to make some money and you got some extra change hanging around, take a look into people like Nancy Pelosi, who've made a ton of money on the stock market. This is a thing, and it's not really a fixable problem. Hey, y'all, if you want to drop a few extra pounds, boost energy levels, or just reduce swelling to your hands and feet, then you're going to love these two American-made supplements. The first is Liver Health Formula. Fat deposits in the liver can really pile on the pounds and make you feel tired. Liver Health Formula helps remove that excess fat with natural ingredients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. In a customer survey, 60% reported better weight management and 87% reported more energy. And the next is lymph system support. The natural ingredients in lymph system support helps gently flush out fluids and toxins out of the body, which can reduce swelling in the legs and feet. And right now, for a limited time, you can get 35% off Liver Health Formula and Lymph System Support, along with over 45 health supplements Pure Health Research has to offer. Head on over to purehealthresearch.com and use coupon code POLITI for your offer. That's purehealthresearch.com with coupon code POLITI to save you 35% on your order today. Because there's already laws in place, but let's be honest, we're finding ways around it, and this happens to both parties. And Scott Bessent is essentially saying, yeah, we do this. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, we need to know how this is happening, but we also need to know that this really isn't fixable. You can't stop this, because they've tried and it didn't work. I think that's sort of the theme to this video. They tried and it didn't work. They tried under the Biden administration pretty much every play in the Democrat playbook, and it didn't work. That was either increase taxes or it all the while increasing the amount that the government was doing inside the economy because they legitimately believe that they are the good, noble arbiters of truth and can therefore deliver to you better results than what you can do for yourself. That is the ultimate arrogance of the Democrat Party, and it's destroying the future of this country. They refuse to admit that their cities are overrun not just with crime, but bad policy when it comes to zoning, which hampers the ability to create new housing. And instead, you know what millennials are looking at? They're looking at this problem because people my age are looking at the problem, and we're seeing that housing is insane. We cannot afford houses. The amount of times that I had to go to Costco, and you have the people there saying, "Hey, can I fix your ventilation system?" And I constantly just look at them and say, "I'm a millennial. I don't own a home. What are you doing?" Millennials are all feeling this pinch, and Trump is trying to at least do something, but a 50-year mortgage? I apologize if I sound like I'm blackpilling this morning, but the reality is, this situation is bad. The Biden administration was one of the most disastrous things that has happened to modern America. Essentially, this is Carter-level mismanagement, along with Buchanan-level destruction. and Andrew Johnson's refusal to do anything. This is a bottom 5 presidency. At best, it's bottom 10. And now you have Trump coming in for the second time. As a matter of fact, this has actually happened in American history before. When Benjamin Harrison defeated Grover Cleveland, he defeated Grover Cleveland because Grover Cleveland was not liked in D.C. circles. He wasn't. And the American people were told that Grover Cleveland was a bad president. And then Benjamin Harrison got in there, and it turns out Benjamin Harrison was bad at his job. Another bottom 10 president. And the American people realized, oh, we made a mistake. Let's get Grover Cleveland back in there. And it worked. It worked. At least for the time. We are in the same situation now, and we're talking about all these weird policies. We're talking about the stock market when we should be talking about the basics. What does the economy look like for you and me, the American individual? And Scott Bessent is trying to fight an uphill battle. He's bringing all this reality that, yes, mortgage rates are down, gasoline's down. He's trying to point out at the beginning of this video that, yeah, if gasoline's down, why are the prices still up? Well, the answer is not simple. The answer is not pretty. But the answer lies in the Biden administration. It lies in the fact that during the Biden administration, the sheer amount of money that was pumped into the system created this inflationary crisis. Then the amount of fake government growth that made it look like the American economy was solvent, turns out that was also fake. The entire American facade is starting to peel away, and now we have a president once again who's saying the truth about the matter and trying to fix all the fake problems while having to deal with an entire wing of American politics designed to make everything worse. Because the Schumer shutdown, and I have to apologize to y'all for this one, the Schumer shutdown wasn't about getting a better deal for the American people. It was all about power politics and whipping up their side into a frenzy to make sure that they got over the finish line in 2025. I got that part wrong. It was so right in front of my face that I just missed it. That's what that election was about. It's the economy. And the American people are not feeling a good economy, which means that there's something wrong with our entire system. We're looking at grocery stores and noticing that everything's on sale now? Because you canceled EBT? What is this? How fake is our economy? What is it going to take to fix it? It's going to take Democrat cities a real kick in the pants in order to loosen up on their zoning laws. It's going to take Democrats the ability to look into the mirror and realize, oh, we've made everything worse, and apologize. But let me know what you think needs to happen down in the comments below. Scott Bessent is holding his own in this video, but the reason I'm taking such a negative tone is the reality that, yeah, the situation isn't good. I feel like the cards are stacked against the American people because we finally saw the man behind the curtain, and we just realized that the Wizard of Oz really wasn't that much of a wizard to begin with. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. My name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Politbro. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Hey, if you want to become members to this channel, make sure that we stay independent and giving y'all up-to-date news that you can actually use. Consider subscribing for a couple of bucks a month. You will get special content catered directly towards you and your proclivities. Thank you for your membership, and regardless, y'all have a good one.